Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Scott Dennis has the night off. Thanks for joining us. Our top story tonight, a road construction project that could drastically cut down on congestion on I-75. Soon, drivers will be able to take a new route and a north and south route between University Parkway and Fruitville Road. The Lorraine Road extension in Lakewood Ranch opens on September 6th, just ahead of snowbird season. And that's where we find ABC 7's Jess Daldrick joining us live tonight on the details of how this project may help traffic flow. Jess.
Good evening, Haley. Snowbird season will be here before we know it, and that's when Lakewood Ranch residents say that traffic on and around University Parkway is the craziest as drivers try to make their way to I-75. Now, with thousands of homes popping up in Lakewood Ranch as part of the Waterside project, the Lorraine Road will provide an alternative for drivers to get them where they need to be more efficiently.
The Lakewood Ranch Waterside project is bringing 5,100 new homes to the south side of University Parkway. An important part of that project and the first piece of the puzzle is the extension of Lorraine Road.
The infrastructure is going in ahead of all development. If you look at the development behind you, you'll see no housetops or anything. Roads are in, water's in, sewer's in, all of that stuff is in advance of construction.
Right now, Lorraine Road stretches from Route 64 to University Parkway. The extension will continue Lorraine Road down to Fruitville. Some Lakewood Ranch residents are counting down the days until the ribbon is cut on September 6th.
I'll go down University and then I'll cut across because 75 gets really crowded. Lorraine may be a better alternative.
When the project is complete, one side of Lorraine will have thousands of homes. The other, a park and an elementary school. So under the 4-lane road, you'll find a walkway.
So in order for the little kids to go back and forth across here, and we didn't want them hopping across the road, SMR decided to spend its own money. We spent about $1 million raising this road up so the kids could go underneath the road and not have to cross the Lorraine Road.
The roadway projects in Lakewood Ranch don't stop there. Just west of Lorraine is Deer Drive at the intersection of University Parkway and the Outdoor Academy. Deer Drive will eventually run into the new Lakewood Ranch Boulevard extension, which, like Lorraine Road, will also take you south to Fruitville. That project, though, is still a year and a half away from completion.
I think it's going to be a real asset to this area, and it's going to bring Sarasotans into our area, which will be wonderful.
Now, all of these roads will be 4 lanes wide, 2 running north and 2 running south. Now, this entire Waterside project is expected to take about 20 to 25 years to finish. But again, Lorraine Road will open on September 6th, and Deer Drive and Lakewood Ranch Boulevard extension are expected to open in approximately 15 months. Reporting live in Lakewood Ranch, Jess Daldrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jess. A mid-season checkup now on sea turtle nesting on Longboat Key. The deputy police chief recently delivered his update on the town's sea turtle nesting ordinance to Longboat Key officials. It includes removing items such as beach chairs and umbrellas from the beach. There have reportedly been at least 12 cases of obstructions where police had to remove and impound the furniture because it was disrupting nesting. People must comply with the ordinance from May through October. The start of the 2017-2018 school year is in just a few weeks, and there will be more students in the classrooms. Florida public schools are expected to grow by 27,000 students in the next year. K through 12 enrollment is projected to rise from 2.83 million students this year to 2.86 million next fall. Some of the other trends in education: more students are enrolling in the English for Speakers of Other Languages program. And more students are taking advantage of dual enrollment programs where they can earn state college or university credits while still in high school. Always a great idea. Now let's head over to Bob, get a check on our almost weekend forecast.
Yes, Haley, things are still pretty much like they were the last few days. Very hot out there. The heat index at 100 degrees now, and not many storms around to cool us off. But that is all going to be coming to a change here pretty soon. Over the weekend, you can see we started off with lots of sunshine around, and then a few clouds moving in from the east there. You can see from the Van Wezel webcam. Temperature 99 degrees in Sarasota right now, and temperature as well now into the hundreds, 101. That's the heat index now. 79 in Orlando, 101 in Venice, 100 in Inglewood now, 101 in Arcadia, 103. That's what it feels like in Sebring. Well, there is a frontal boundary now moving through parts of the southeast. Now, this is a trough of low pressure that dives all the way down into the northern Gulf of Mexico over the weekend. And then a series of little disturbances will come along that and move through the state of Florida. That will bring us a much better chance of some widespread rainfall. Not so much on Saturday, but Sunday there will be a different story. Now there's a few isolated cells around, one near Arcadia and one just north of Lake Okeechobee, a rather large area there. This is about it. Right there over Arcadia, some lightning strikes with it. Nothing going on now from Inglewood northward up into Manatee County at this hour. And one lone shower there approaching. It looks like the Sunshine Skyway Bridge not too long from now. But that's it. So if you have any plans this evening, looks to be pretty good, but stay hydrated as temperatures are hot. Well, more in the forecast for the weekend and beyond coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. North Korea has launched another ballistic missile test, and U.S. officials now say they have determined it was another long-range missile, and this one flew for more than 40 minutes. That's further than the previous longest launch from a test that happened earlier this month. ABC's Elizabeth Herr has a look at the possible threat.
Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe condemning North Korea for launching yet another ballistic missile test. U.S. officials confirm it was an intercontinental ballistic missile that traveled for more than 40 minutes before landing off the coast of Japan. The Pentagon says the latest missile, like previous launches, was fired straight into the sky. But a top nuclear weapons expert says the flight time would allow the North Koreans to strike inside the U.S. mainland.
This pretty much is a clear demonstration of their ability to hit Seattle, Los Angeles, probably even the East Coast.
That chilling news comes just weeks after North Korea celebrated its first successful ICBM launch on July 4th. That two-stage missile shot some 1,700 miles into space, and at the time, experts warned, had the North Koreans angled the missile's trajectory for distance, not height, that missile could come close to Seattle. President Trump has said that North Korea would not be allowed to build a missile that could hit inside the continental U.S.
We have two inexperienced, impulsive, really untested leaders. So the risk is very high that one of those or both might miscalculate.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un called the July 4th missile test a package of gifts on Independence Day, prompting an emergency meeting by the UN Security Council, urging global and immediate reaction.
U.S. officials once again stressed they remain prepared to defend the U.S. and our allies, and military action is still an option. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
And some breaking news out of Washington. Another shakeup. President Trump has just tweeted that he is naming Homeland Security Secretary John F. Kelly as White House Chief of Staff, ousting Reince Priebus. The announcement follows some simmering tensions between Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci, who recently took aim at Priebus, also on Twitter, and in a New Yorker article, took many of him calling out Priebus to be investigated as a leaker. Meanwhile, Senate Republicans are coming up short on a bill to overhaul health care. After 7 years of promises, the GOP was unable to make good on their vow to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. The last-ditch effort to water down Obamacare fell one vote short during an overnight Senate session. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has put the health bill on hold and announced that the Senate would move on to other legislation next week. The fatal and dramatic blow to the GOP health care plan was delivered by Republican Senator John McCain. Returning this week after being diagnosed with brain cancer, McCain voted down the so-called skinny bill. The 80-year-old is now heading back to Arizona. He will begin cancer treatment on Monday. McCain has been diagnosed with primary glioblastoma, a type of brain tumor. After he recovers, McCain plans to return to D.C. in September. Still to come on your Suncoast News, preventing your personal information from getting stolen at the gas pump. A Florida man says he has an invention that will stop the theft. And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, keeping your mind sharp if those brain training games really work in Health Smart.
designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
I heard about the Dettoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dettoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dettoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia, but the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Over the past few years, gas skimmers have been discovered across the state and on the Suncoast. The devices are installed by crooks to steal customers' credit and debit card information. But a man in Sanford, Florida says he has an invention that can stop these thefts. Chris Gilpin invented the gas pump Sentry 6 months ago. The device is put inside the gas station, and when the pump is pried open, an alarm goes off, alerting employees which pump was compromised. The system also sends out an alert through the app. According to the Department of Agriculture in Florida, nearly 300 skimmers were found on pumps since the beginning of this year.
We know paying at the pump is not going to change. We just need to make sure that gas stations are doing a little bit more to protect our financial information.
Gilpin says plans are already in the works to install his device at stations in the Sanford area. This is very smart.
Yeah.
Every time someone invents something like this, you think, why didn't we think of this?
If you think about it, the gas pump then becomes a home, what he's saying, and so you put an alarm on it.
It's an alarm system.
And then, everyone's got their phone, they get their door
Right.
broken into, they get alerted. Same thing with this. So
Same thing.
kind of apply a different logic to gas pumps. You know, easy fix there,
needed.
and could be an easy.
It could be a big money maker
that's
for
what I'm
him
saying.
too. Yeah.
We are looking at some nice weather, albeit hot. We've had a lot of nice beach weather around Van Wezel webcam. Boating's been pretty nice too out there with a little breeze at times. It keeps things a bit cooler, but with the water temperature in the upper 80s to low 90s, not much, but you can take what you can get. Right there, we look at some clouds every once in a while moving in from the Gulf of Mexico from this tower cam on the Van Wezel, and not many storms around. It's been quiet all week long. Weather headlines again showing this frontal system coming down over parts of Georgia now. There'll be more storms on Sunday as a result of that. And not only that, that front comes down, hangs around a little bit, trough of low pressure develops, and we see a series of these little disturbances move along that, and that means it will stay stormy right through the work week. And then tropics, we saw a system yesterday kind of flare up. The National Hurricane Center gave it a 30% chance of developing over the next 5 days, and now they're not even concerned about it. So it went away pretty quickly. Well, the Titan radar picture shows that front now from the Carolinas stretching through Tennessee, producing some strong gusty winds, downing some trees and power lines as well. South Carolina's had a couple of big storms there. And now we have this old trough hanging around to the north of us. That's really suppressed our high pressure ridge down to the south. We're getting this westerly component, and that's really brought the high humidity up. You felt it this afternoon with the feels like temperatures in the low 100s. Only 1 or 2 lone showers out there in the Gulf and a few isolated cells along the East Coast. And this is not our typical pattern, and we're not going to really get back into it because of that trough. We'll see that westerly flow stay with us through all of next week. Heat index came down 1 degree. It's down to 99, cooling things down a little bit there. West wind at 13, the pressure 29.93 inches, just 1 point above standard pressure. So the pressures have been falling as of the last 48 hours. Expect the clouds to be around. Now there is going to be another chance for some morning showers. They'll be isolated, scattered showers or an isolated thunderstorm in the morning along the coast. And then if we see anything at all, the rain chance only at 30% appears to be inland, east of I-75, pushing toward the East Coast. I mentioned this area right here. This was the one we were watching, but notice what's happening. Not much left of it. Just a little bit of thunderstorm activity, no organization at all. We'll watch it as it continues to progress toward the west, but a lot of dry air there, just not allowing it to develop at this point. Elsewhere in the Caribbean and throughout the Gulf and the Atlantic, all is quiet here. Now get a look at this. This is the futurecast for Friday. A few showers spotting up here and there, and we see that all pushing to the east due to that westerly wind. And then tomorrow, look for, as I said, a slight chance for an isolated coastal shower. It looks like in the late morning, early afternoon, but the focus will be in the interior portions of the viewing area on Saturday afternoon. Now, here comes Sunday. The front comes down and could bring some big storms, rough weather if you're traveling northbound on I-75 on Sunday morning. Could be rough going. And then this comes down all the way into Florida and west central Florida. Showers and storms late morning, early afternoon, and it looks as though it could even be active Thursday, or I should say Sunday afternoon late, even though that model wasn't depicting it. They could still be around. Temperatures now across the U.S. much cooler over the Northeast and throughout the Great Lakes in the 70s there, 101 in Dallas. The forecast for boaters looks to be a bit breezier than it has been. Southwest winds at 10 to 15 knots, and seas will be running right around 2 feet. A moderate chop in the bays and inland waters. The low tide upcoming 11:20. A high tide will be at 5:04. Sunset at 8:22. Sunrise 6:52. A slight chance for showers overnight. 79 for a low tomorrow. The heat index, unfortunately, at 100. And 30% chance for scattered storms late in the day. Inland areas, a slight chance for showers along the coast in the morning. But look at this. Boy, what a drastic change. Sunday morning should be okay. We'll start to see those showers and storms really they'll fire up late morning, afternoon. And then it stays high right through Thursday, and the temperatures cool down as a result of the increased clouds and the showers around. Haley.
Thank you, Bob. Now the Suncoast Traffic Watch. Traffic is backed up on I-75 in the northbound lanes right near University Parkway. In health news tonight, the current protocol is that you should always finish your antibiotics, even if you feel better. Choosing not to finish them, medical experts say, increases antibiotic resistance. But a new analysis published in the medical journal, the BMJ, now claims that completing a course of antibiotics may instead increase the risk of resistance. Researchers say the complete the course advice dates back to the very early days of antibiotic use, and there's little evidence to back it up. They say it could be leading to overuse of antibiotics, but many doctors are skeptical. It's a billion-dollar business. Brain training games. Ads tout their cognitive benefits, claiming they improve memory, processing speed, and attention. But an AARP report calls the evidence behind these claims weak to non-existent. Executive Director of the AARP's Global Council on Brain Health says training to improve one type of cognitive ability, like memory, doesn't end up improving other skills, such as how fast you process information. So you might get better at the games, but not at everyday functioning. Instead, seek out educational opportunities, volunteer, learn a new skill, play games, or do activities like tennis and dancing. Coming up, frustrations following a deadly fair ride malfunction. Why a witness says the investigation is being mishandled. Plus, a Florida driver finds herself in a 6-foot deep hole. What caused this to open up? Straight ahead.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life, you miss precious moments. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. Our simple 3-step process begins with a free evaluation, followed by an extensive preoperative exam to determine if you're a candidate for LASIK eye surgery. Depending on the results of your evaluation and eye exam, you and your surgeon will choose the LASIK option that works best for you. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation. That's a $100 value, free. Call the LASIK Vision Institute for your free evaluation and enjoy more of your life.
Call 1-800-813-0109. 1-800-813-0109.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Victims are speaking out after a ride broke apart at the Ohio State Fair this week, leaving 1 person dead and 7 others injured. The 40-foot-tall ride, which spins in the air while swinging back and forth, broke apart while it was in motion. Officials say the Fireball ride passed multiple inspections, but some of those who survived the incident and witnesses are not satisfied with that explanation.
They were saying yesterday, oh, I don't know how this happened. The rides, they got it double inspected, and apparently they did not, because it's like, I just don't know, how does that happen if they get inspected double, triple, that's unacceptable.
Ohio Governor John Kasich has ordered a full investigation into this incident. North of Tampa, emergency crews in Hernando County had their hands full when a car fell into a hole. Firefighters responded to the call early yesterday morning at an apartment building in Brooksville. They found the front end of the Chevy Malibu in a 6-foot deep hole with the back end raised in the air. And the driver was still inside. She said puddles covered the ground and confused her.
Water's clearly covering the sidewalk, but at least I thought the sidewalk was there. It wasn't. I went down. I went into the hole up to my neck, and I still was not touching bottom. I crawled out. I tried to get my car out, and the water took all the foundation into the house in the part of the driveway, and it's clearly down the other side of the apartment complex. It was gushing like Niagara Falls. The sidewalk is gone, and now the driveway's gone.
Fire Rescue says a water main break caused that hole that weakened the roadway. A tow truck did remove the car. No one was hurt, and police evacuated 2 nearby apartments as a precaution. Call this one gone in 60 minutes. Just 1 hour after buying a Ferrari worth about $260,000, an unidentified driver crashed it on a British motorway. Police say the Ferrari 430 was engulfed in flames when they arrived on the scene. When the fire was done, so was the car, as you can see. That is a sad pile of rubble there. The driver, who was nearby, only suffered minor bruises and cuts, which is pretty lucky. No other vehicle was involved in the crash. Wow, what a shame. Still to come on your Suncoast News, questions surrounding the water in Sarasota County, why Venice city officials are defending the quality of our local H2O.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALT named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Florida Studio Theater presents The Absolute Brightness of Leonard Pelkey, an award-winning Southeastern regional premiere featuring one man and a tour de force performance that audiences are calling spectacular, excellent, and amazing. Critics agree, calling it a brilliant and evocative performance that's both captivating and revealing. The Absolute Brightness of Leonard Pelkey is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.